Hi, this is Rachel Rehart from Pure, and I'm going to do a very quick tutorial on the Meshelle newborn set. I also have 7 kids home from the summer, so it feels a little bit like a reality TV show. Am I going to make it before the kids get really loud? Okay, so let's see how quick we can go. I love this newborn photo. This is shot by Meshelle. Meshelle Premier Newborn Photography. She's amazing. I love the pose. I love all of this. I love the tonality of it. But the thing that is a little bit tricky with this is the baby is just a little bit red. This happens so often. Newborns can just have red or yellows, or even in their feet they can get that fluorescent pink or red or purpley tones. A lot of that is very natural and normal in newborns. Plus, it can be exacerbated with the heat that you turn on to keep the babies comfortable as you're posing them and to keep them warm. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to just quickly edit this. I love how fast this is in newborn. In Lightroom, I had never really thought much about doing newborn edits in Lightroom, but when we offered the Meshelle Photoshop and Element sets, everybody asked for a Lightroom set. And so Meshelle and I worked together for months because we realized it was very, very difficult to create a clean newborn edit in Lightroom and in Adobe Camera Raw. So we worked very hard, and I feel like we've done an amazing job of being able to get a very, very presentable, wonderful newborn edit that is, most importantly, clean in Lightroom. So one thing that I love with Lightroom is you can preview things up in this little preview panel. With this one, there's quite a few that I like. I like the matted workflow. I think that one is a very wonderful workflow. That might work. I also like the golden soft workflow. Let's try maybe the warm matted workflow. And this is not warm. I think I actually like this one. I think this is very, very cute. And I like the slight matting. It's a very, very gentle matting. It's not a harsh tone that you get at all. It's a very, very gentle tone. I'm also going to add the spotlight vignette on to bring back some of those tones of the blanket. One of the things that we've noticed is in doing this workflow, we kind of had to go about it backwards. We went and fixed the skin first and then came back if it took out any of the tones in the blanket. We have brushes over here that can be utilized that can bring back some of these blanket tones. So here I have, I think I might do the background restore very gently, and you can change your flow and your density so it doesn't have to come on, you know, like gangbusters. I'm going to just put it maybe at about 50 so it'll come on very slowly, and I can just bring back some of these blanket tones. Actually, I might bring it up a little bit more than that because we didn't lose a ton of blanket tones, but we can bring back some of the depth of the blanket. Oh, maybe it's not going to be my kids. It's going to be my messenger. So we can bring back some of the depth of the blanket. And maybe I feel that baby's still a little bit too red, although I feel certainly that she looks pretty good. I need to make sure that I click new every time I go for a new brush. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do a pretty full edit so that you guys can see how quickly this goes, even doing all these. I feel like her toes were taken care of, so I don't even need to use anything like the fluorescent fingers to take care of those red toes. Sometimes the toes can still need a little bit of help, toes or fingers or things like that. But I may still use this fluorescent fingers at a very low flow to maybe pull out a little bit of the excess pink going on, just to bring it down just a little bit. But that's up to you, because I like my newborns to still have a little bit of that skin tone and that wonderful pinkness, but just not so much that they look like they're red or blotchy. And then we can come in here and use some detail pop if we'd like to pop these sweet little features like the lips. We can also pop along the eyebrow or the eyelashes, maybe even under the nose a little bit, and run it across here if we want to bring that out. There's just so many quick things that we can do. There's also skin smoothing, should we want to utilize that. We have a base skin smooth that I feel like works really, really, really nicely. Like the base smoothing action, we can just bring it over here. I might turn it up a little bit higher because it's a pretty nice gentle action, a preset, sorry. I also love that using my magic mouse here in Lightroom, I can just scroll and get the size of my brush changed as I want it. Just give it a quick little overall smoothing. Not a ton, just real gentle. Honestly, I think this looks great. I'm going to close the brush so the pins will go away. We can do a quick before and after. And I mean, that was just seconds. You saw me just quickly roll things over. If I was going to present this to a client and I wasn't trying to hurry and beat my children, oh, I'm not beating my children, of course, but beat my children to being done with this before they're allowed, you know, I may have taken a little bit more time about the blanket restore. But as you can see, it's just that fast to go from this to this, which is very, I think it's perfect. Anyway, so thank you so much for letting me take a little bit of time. And I think we mostly won, unless you can hear my kids up there yelling, because they are. But I think that it might not pick up on this recording. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. This is Rachel, and I'm with Pure Photoshop Action.